What's going on, my crew? This is Jay, and welcome to another episode of the Dark Trilogy. And in today's episode, I actually have a plan. I know some of you guys that have known me for a long time are like, what? A plan? No, you don't. I do. But first things first, I want to empty out this inventory of things that I've collected and searched for. As you guys can see, I've made quite the progress in actually making a base and stuff. My video for the Dark Trilogy, the first one I did, I'm just barely getting out the other ones, but it started to go really big, and people are obviously really enjoying it. 15 likes on there and stuff. It's really incredible, but oops, that's not what I wanted to do. But one thing that I was sort of mulling over was how important it is for me to give you guys good content and make sure that the videos are actually informative and stuff, which I think is what a lot of people want in a video. So I got myself really organized, and I was like, okay, well, what do I want to explore in this mod pack, and how do I want to go about it? So I actually do have some things that I want to build in this episode. And in fact, what I have is I've already built a lot of the materials and stuff, and we're going to talk about everything that I'm going to do with these particular things. And yeah, as you guys can see, lots of little things to do. So the first thing I wanted to sort of mention is that we're going to try and do a couple, 1 or 2 achievements per episode if we can. And see how that goes. But right off the bat, I wanted to go ahead and do a couple sort of like build crafty, or I should say, I don't even know how to explain it, but there's an achievement. Just technical, that's the word, technical things. Now this right here, I wanted to get this for the achievement, but I also want to show you guys what it does, because it's a pretty useful thing, something we're going to use in the future. It's an auto workbench, and what we can actually do is we can pipe things into it, and it will automatically, for instance, this guy right here, it'll automatically, if we have power going to it, create a chili pepper seed. So if we were to automate, for example, like there's different machines. I know back in the day when there was the peat-fired engine, you'd use that to craft, I forget what, but I think it was peat, to be able to put peat back into the peat-fired engine machine. Come on, I hate waiting for the sun to go down. Seriously? Come on. I want to film episode. So that thing's actually pretty useful, but mainly what I wanted to do with it today is I just wanted to go ahead and build it for that achievement. Nothing really big. We can also build a rock gear. It was for buildcraft, of course. Next on my list is, really quickly, I want to build a chisel. You guys that have watched my single player world know what this chisel thingy is for. Pretty awesome. And then one more buildcraft thing that I wanted to build for the achievement is gonna be the redstone engine, which doesn't actually use much redstone at all, only one piece of redstone on it. But I believe if we put this near here and then use the wrench to this, it would actually make this thing work. I'm not sure. I know it's used for pipes. Right, so what I wanted to really get to working on in this episode, that's more important than anything else that we're gonna do, is actually making a machine, making our first machine in the game. And that's gonna be, if I can remember how to build it, because I just screwed up the recipe, is a macerator. There we go. And this will double our ore output, which already we have the smeltery down there, but the smeltery isn't exactly the best way to go about making materials. And I I don't really like it, to be honest with you guys. I'd rather not use it unless I'm actually casting things or wanting to use the liquids to build. So, oh, we need a generator, not a macerator. So we're going to use watermill power. Now, this isn't really going to generate much for us at the beginning. And, of course, when we get to big reactors, we're not going to be able to even do that. So I just wanted to use up some of these miscellaneous things here. Got a back box, and then we've got this, the insulated copper, to get ourselves working. We also, I was going to use a leadstone engine and use... Actually, I was going to use a pulverizer instead of a macerator, because a pulverizer gives you a random chance of getting a much better, like... Is that the way I want it to go? No, it's not. Let me... That. Okay. Pulverizer gives you a chance of getting a, like, if you smelt iron, I think it's, you get a chance of, like, platinum or something. I don't know that for sure, but you guys get the general gist. And I was thinking of, or I wanted to build that originally, but when I went to, build it, I found out I need some refined iron, or I need, like, steel or something like that. So I was like, ah, shoot, I can't do that because I don't have a blast furnace, which is railcraft, I believe. So if you guys look, why aren't we getting power? Because it's not oriented correctly. That's why. There we go. And then we'll hook up our macerator right there. Then we can start putting our ores in here. It's not going to be super duper fast. It's easier to automate, not as easier as the pulverizer though, which is why I really want to work towards the pulverizer. But at least we get a macerator and free power with it. So the one thing with the IC2 stuff, at least in my experience, is they're more upgradable. I could be wrong on that, but I feel like they are better long term. But in the short term, pulverizer is definitely better. So with that being done, really where I want to move now is towards the magical stuff. Because like I said, we could build a leadstone engine right now, or a leadstone energy conduit, but that's not really going to do anything for us right now because we can't, we would need a electrical engine, which I actually didn't look up. Yeah, I can't spell. Let's just do engine. Electrical engine right here. It's just tin. It's not that hard to make, but I'd rather not store it in this because then we can't use it for the macerator. So right now, until we get a pulverizer, it's useless. So we do have the Thaumonomicon. And right now I want to work on a few Thaumcraft things. And I didn't get one of the things prepared, which actually, to my detriment, is one of the more annoying things to collect. So I don't know if we're going to do that in this episode. If we have more time, we will. Gonna go ahead, create the iron wand. And with that, we can take our crucible. I mean, oops, spoiler alert. We can take our cauldron, stick it down. Put this here. Bam! Crucible. What does it do? I don't know. We'll find out in another later episode. Well, let's look at our Thaumonomicon. Alchemy is what the crucible is for. And now we can, like, learn this and this. But we need scribing tools and paper and a research table and stuff like that to make that work. So it's a little more involved than I intended. But it'll be fun. Let me just create... One of the things I love to do in mods for FTB is to really explore Binny's mods. All I've explored is the bees. I haven't explored anything else. So I can't wait to get working on the more advanced stuff for that. Okay. This right here, what I'm making, is called a pedal apothecary. Now, this pedal apothecary is actually pretty cool. And what I want to do is I want to come over here, place that guy down. So what we're actually going to need to do is we're going to need to fill this with water and show you what we're going to do, because this is something that we're actually going to like literally physically work on right now. A lot of these things I kind of like ran through bam 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 just because I want to get them out there and show you guys that there's a lot of mod integration and it is a lot easier than you may expect at first. There it is.